beat Wyoming in an exhibition.
Yes, they did.
These guys of that is not a fun place to play last year.
Yes, we did. I said they've done something we haven't done. So, yeah, that's kudos to them. That's not an easy place to play. And Wyoming's a well-coached team. And I mean, obviously they're not as good as they were, the last couple of years, but still, it's a great win for Fort Lewis. And those guys would like nothing better to come in and do it to us here. So we're going to be ready.
Is that always the danger of playing those in-state teams like that? But this is kind of their
absolutely. It's their Super Bowl.
Their Super Bowl.
It's their Super Bowl. There's no. I just said it to our team. I mean, it is, and yeah, it is a danger. Now if we're going to play a Division II team, what the thought process behind a Division II game is, it doesn't hurt your RPI. Whereas a lower-ranked Division I team can hurt your RPI. So it's and you get to keep the money and keep it in state. If we're going to pay somebody to come into the Coors Event Center, why not pay an in-state school like Fort Lewis, or Western State, or Northern Colorado, or whoever we're buying. We always try to keep the money in state if we can.
Coach, a little bit off topic here, but
yeah.
Let's say a kid gets looked over in recruiting by D1 schools. He has to go the D2 route. He plays really well, and then he gets a Division I look and transfers up there. Should he have to sit out here?
Yeah, he should. He should. I mean, look, otherwise, we'd be poaching every great Division II player in America. And I think when you transfer up, up a level, I think you should have to sit out. I think if you transfer down a level, I think that's a little different story. I think that's maybe where you can make a case for a kid, to play right away. But listen, everybody looks at it like they have to sit out. My point is they get to sit out. They get an extra year of college paid for. They get an extra year to develop physically, mentally, emotionally. So everybody says they have to sit out. I say they get to sit out. I think there's a paradigm shift that needs to be made when it comes to that nationally.
If they weren't to sit out, moving up.
Yeah, we're coaching. We're going to
turn into like a minor league system.
Absolutely, we're going. I mean, instead of going to the high school state tournament, I'm going to the Division II national tournament to recruit. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's a competitive world we live in.
You guys doing anything for Coach Hoffman tomorrow?
Yeah, there's some things in the plans.
Don't want to
know. Yeah.
Have you seen Josh Fortune mature since his transfer here last year?
Yeah, I have. I mean, and we've really challenged Josh. I think everybody talks about George's. Now, the one thing we don't have is we don't have the baseline with Josh Fortune that we have with George King, because we saw George King as a freshman in our program, and we saw him sit out. The growth and maturity. We didn't coach Josh when he was at Providence. We saw him on tape, but certainly I thought he got better last year, and his game has improved. I think he's much better off the dribble now. When we first got him, he was pretty much a catch-and-shoot guy, and now he's putting the ball on the floor and making plays for other people. He's a very good passer. He's got a good feel for the game. So, yeah, I think he's, again, like George, used that year where he sat out, where he got to sit out, as in a positive manner.
When do you start working on CSU?
I've already started looking at them. I mean, but we'll start Thursday.
When you play 2 games a week.
Yeah, I mean, you got to. Obviously, our staff is looking. We've got the Fort Lewis scouting report, game plan in, and once you have that in as a coach, you start looking at the next game. Now, I haven't delved into it. I don't know what our game plan is going to be, so it's just kind of a preliminary type deal. Because again, as a coach, I'm not going to overlook this. I don't want our players to overlook. But as a staff, you have to be 1 or 2 steps ahead. We're looking at both CSU and BYU tape. Quite frankly, over the next few days to put things together, and that's why you have a staff of multiple guys.
Thanks, Coach.